Let's go ahead and jump into the Vinegar Syndrome August announcements, guys. So these came out last, I believe, Tuesday on August the 1st at noon. I was all ready to do a video for these because at the beginning of the year I said I want to start covering Vinegar Syndrome more. I'm going to start doing standalone videos covering their announcements. Of course, this was at the height of all their incredible announcements of 2022, Roadhouse, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, Amityville Horror. Like, they were just announcing some bangers, Sidekick. So I was like, all right, Vinegar Syndrome's on a roll. They're getting exciting. And when they announced this lineup, I was just like, I'm good. I don't need to make a video. I'll just talk about this on the Physical Video Report. We have got Killer Condom coming out on 4K, guys. Apparently this is a trauma film. I've never heard of it. A lot of people were excited for it though. And this feels in line with the traditional Vinegar Syndrome release. But I don't know, guys. The more I think about it in Vinegar Syndrome, I am just disappointed thus far in 2023 with Vinegar Syndrome and what they've been doing. They've done some good stuff, don't get me wrong, and all their work is great. Like their 4K transfers, like Freeway 2, like looked incredible. Freeway, Roadhouse, like all their stuff just looks fantastic. From Beyond, and even Primal Rage, which I actually really like. But I don't know, it just feels like they had such a trajectory in 2022 going into 2023, and they were starting to announce some legitimate titles, and I'm fine with them putting out the trash stuff, you know, for the loyal fan base of Vinegar Syndrome. I know I'm not the primary demographic for Vinegar Syndrome. I'm not the one that they're necessarily catering towards. I'm just kind of an outsider that started to get into it because they actually started to put out good movies, quote unquote good movies. But I'm just really disappointed in these like past couple of lineups. I feel like last month's lineup was at least, it felt more legitimate. There was that big, you know, monster movie, Gorgo, like a Godzilla ripoff from the UK. There was a couple of cool looking slashers, but this month we got Killer Condom on 4K. Do we need Killer Condom on 4K? I'm sure some of you all are like, hell yeah, we need Killer Condom on 4K again. I don't know if we do. We also got the Cardona Collection Volume 2 coming out. 4 films from director Rene Cardona Jr. So yeah, 4 films in a box. I think this thing's like $35, so that's not too bad of a deal. Amazon Jail 1 and 2. Okay, cool. And then we got Guest House Paradiso, which actually feels like the most legitimate title on this list. It's a 1999 movie with Simon Pegg in it. So this is like a British like horror comedy, I think. And this is a part of the Vinegar Syndrome Labs line, which is another line that I'm a little bit disappointed in, because when they started this at the beginning of the year, I was under the impression these were going to be more like lost classics from like the 40s and 50s and maybe even the 30s, maybe even the 20s. They go back and get some of those. So I was under the impression this is going to be like the lost like classics line, like pre-1950s or 1960s. Maybe that was wrong of me to assume that, but then they did that Cat Creeps, and you know, I can't remember the other title, the Flesh and Fantasy. I think that was like from the 30s and 40s. So I thought that was going to be more of like a classic horror line. And this movie is from 1999, so I'm not exactly sure what they're doing with this VSL line. So I don't know, guys. I hope that Vinegar Syndrome ramps it up in September, October, November. Those are their 3 big months, and finish out the year strong. But I don't know. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. I feel like they were going pretty good. February was a little weak. March was pretty good. It had Freeway 2 and Primal Rage. April was a little weak, and then May you got Showgirls and some cool stuff with Blade in the Dark. But the last couple of months, I'm just like, I don't know, guys. I'm not feeling Vinegar Syndrome. They were on such a trajectory, and it just feels like they've been you know, letting people down. I don't know. It just feels like, and it's not just me. I'm hearing it from other people as well. People that have gotten into Vinegar Syndrome more recently are feeling a little bit let down by the label as well. So let me know where you stand on that in the comments section below. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I'm sure there's people out there that's like, these are the titles we want. We're the traditional, loyal Vinegar Syndrome fans since the beginning, and we want Killer Condom at 4K. Again, you're crazy and you're stupid, and just don't buy it if you don't want it, but we want it. I'm sure there's people out there like that.